Yo, yo, yo. You have reached the Dream World Podcast. Tonight is Toxic Tuesday. I hope everybody slept good last night. I hope everybody feel good tonight. I hope everybody's day went well. Okay, so I'm going to let a couple of viewers come on if they will. I'm going to give y'all about 2 minutes to start tuning in before I start getting into the signs of a toxic individual, okay? Because tonight, we're going to talk about these signs tonight, okay? I got 5 signs. The first sign is the gossip, okay? Okay, we all know what the gossip is, right? Okay. Then the second individual will be the victim, right? Okay. So the third individual will be the twisted. You know how toxic motherfuckers always twisting shit around. So, okay, and then the fourth one would be the judgmental. And the fifth one will be the manipulator, okay? So, those gonna be the 5 toxic signs of an individual that we're gonna be discussing tonight. So, like I said, I'm gonna jump right into it, okay? And, you know, I'm pretty sure people gonna start tuning in. And like I said, when it ends, if you're watching when it ends, that's fine too. But I'm gonna jump right into it because I'm trying to start being on time with my podcast. I'm trying to start coming on when I say I'm gonna come on because, you know, everybody has a busy night and everybody have things they have to do, and so do I. I have a whole family, I have a life, but I do want to just stay persistent with doing what I say I'm going to do, and that's going to be every time I say I'm going to post on my podcast, I'm going to do that, regardless if I have a viewer or not. But okay, I'm going to jump right into it. Okay, today again is Toxic Tuesday, and the gossiper, a person that's toxic, that's gossip, okay? The first sign is great minds discuss ideas, right? Okay. An average mind discuss events, okay? Small minds discuss people, okay? So again, they fit in the category of the gossiper, okay? That's the person who always talking, always got something to say. No matter what's going on, they always running their mouth, okay? That's the gossip, okay? So, you got those type of individuals you want to just stay away from, okay? The second toxic sign of an individual is the victim, okay? And what I feel like the victim of a toxic person that they do, they tough to read for one. Because they want to be there for you, but then they don't want to be there for you. So it's hard to read them type of individuals because they always want to play victim. Okay? So the second point that I made was they make their own problems seem like your problem. Okay? They make their own problems seem like your problem. Meaning that you can be cool. They can have a problem and they gonna make your problem their problem when they already the problem. You feel what I'm saying? If that makes sense, okay? So, the third point that I said was they don't see tough time as an opportunity to grow and learn from, okay? Some people, you know, they don't get that. When you go through something, you don't always have to be toxic. You can use that as a growing experience or a learning experience. Some people don't get that. They always just want to, you know what I'm saying, throw a rock and hide their hands. So, you got to watch those type of individuals, okay? And the third point I said was the twister, okay? We all know that, you know, all of us, we human. We always, some of us done twisting some shit around. I know I have in my younger days. I done, goddamn it, told them motherfuckers what they said, and I do it today because I feel like if a person says something about a person, and the person that, well, me, I'm genuine, so If somebody say something about me and I'm typically around that person every single day, I'm going to confront that person. I'm not holding this shit in. That's just not what I'm going to do. I'm going to let their ass know, and they going to have me fucked up, and they going to get cut off at the same time. So, yeah. So, I learned everything that I go through be a learning experience for me, whether I communicate with this person, talk to this person, love this person, friends with this person, whatever. Every situation is a learning experience for me, okay? So the fourth point that I said, I felt like there was a good term of a toxic individual was the judgmental. Me personally, I do not like a judgmental person. I mean, because they're just like, you know what I'm saying? A person judging you before they even get to know you. Like, no, I do not like those type of individuals. And the point I put down for that was they quick to tell you exactly what it is and what isn't cool. How you gonna tell somebody what is and what ain't cool? You let the individual figure that shit out on their own. You understand what I'm saying? Like, let a person be their own, judge a person's own characteristics on their own. You know what I'm saying? I never tried to be the type of person like I listen to what somebody else say about that person, then I judge that person about what somebody else said, because everybody's experience with a person is different. You feel what I'm saying? People bring different things out of everybody, different people, so you can't go by it. Okay? So that was the only point that I put down for the judgmental, because I just feel like this summed up everything. So the fifth point that I put down for toxic individual was the manipulator, okay? Ooh, I think that was the worst of all. I did put last but not least, but I think that was the worst of all for a person to be a manipulator, you know? So the point I put down for that was they will suck all the time and energy out of you. A manipulating person, yes. It's a very toxic person, so they will suck all the time and energy out of you if you let them, okay? And then the point I put there was they can be so tricky to deal with. So toxic people all together, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm toxic, but not that overbearing toxic, but I feel like everybody have a toxic trait, you know what I'm saying? Everybody adults and they mature enough, they'll work on their toxic trait, you know? So with that being said, my third point was watch the ways of a toxic person. I don't care who it is. It can be your mom, it can be your dad, it can be your friend, it can be your lover, it can be whoever. You still got to watch who you dealing with at all times, because people change, you know. You probably think you're dealing with somebody and you be dealing with a whole maniac. Excuse my son in the background, y'all. He's watching Peppa Pig, and you know I'm a mother before anything. But again, those were the 5 toxic traits, okay? So, when y'all watch this video, I hope there was a helpful tip. You know what I'm saying? That somebody that's dealing with someone toxic in their life, or even if they're not trying to leave that person or leave that person hanging, they probably can, you know what I'm saying, talk to the person and give them advice with the tips that I left on my podcast. So I always try to leave a helpful tip. Always, when I do my podcast, I don't care if I'm talking about whatever. It can be whatever subject, whatever topic. I'm always trying to leave some type of, tip for someone to follow if they need it, Because it might be helpful for some people. Some people probably already get it, to each his own. But again, I know my podcast ain't 30 minutes long, but at the same time, if it's 10 minutes, if it's 15 minutes, if it reach one person, I'm satisfied with that. So, again, this is Dream World Podcast. I'm gonna end it off tonight. I hope everybody have a good night. I hope everybody ate good tonight, slept well, somebody made you smile, somebody told you was beautiful or you was handsome today. And yeah, thank y'all for tuning in when y'all do tune in, regardless if it's now or later. I thank y'all for tuning in to my podcast and being a viewer on my podcast as well. Tomorrow is Wild Out Wednesday. Of course, we're going to be talking about some wild things, so I hope y'all tune in tomorrow. Same time, 7 p.m. I'm going to be back on here for Wild Out Wednesday tomorrow. And, yeah, I hope y'all have a good night. I love y'all. I love y'all. Y'all be safe. Y'all enjoy y'all night. And I'm in and out the podcast because you tuned in late. I came on at 7-11, but you know, I'm not trying to stay on there long. So you tuned in a little late, but you got my number. Just, you know, hit me up. But again, back to this Toxic Tuesday. I thank y'all for viewing my podcast, and y'all have a good night.